Now I want to look at how we use the sum to n terms formula to find the sum to n terms of a GP. We know that the sum to n terms of a GP is given by a outside of 1 minus r to the n all over 1 minus r. I'm just going to use this form of the formula. If you wanted to use it around the other way, that's fine. You will get exactly the same answer. Okay, for this geometric series, let's have a look. The first term, okay, is going to be my a, so a is equal to 1/4. The common ratio, we're looking at what do we multiply each time. If you're not sure, you can always find it by dividing two subsequent terms. So here I'd have 1/2 divided by 1/4, and when we divide fractions, we can invert and multiply the second one. That's 4 on 2, or just 2. So the common ratio here is 2. And you can probably work that out anyway. 1/4 times 2 is 1/2. 1/2 times 2 is 1. So pretty clearly, the sum to n terms here is going to be 1/4 times 1 minus, oh sorry, I shouldn't just be saying n here. The question asked to 7 terms, so this is the sum to 7. So 1/4 still for the a, 1 minus, r we said was 2 to the power of n, which in this case is 7, divided by 1 minus 2. So we get 1/4. Now, 2 to the power of 7 is 128. On the bottom here, I'm going to get 1 minus 2, that's minus 1. 1 minus 128 is negative 127. Now, when you're dividing by just negative 1, it's just like multiplying by negative 1. It's only just going to change the sign here. So we've got two negative signs. They're basically going to cancel out. I'm going to get 127 divided by 4. Now, I'm not much good at doing 127 divided by 4 in my head. So I'm going to do it over here. And we get 31.75. Probably better to leave it as a fraction though. It's going to be 31 3/4. Okay. So if we take this sum up to 7 terms, the answer is going to be 31 3/4. That kind of makes sense too, because 3/4 is what you get by adding these two, 1/4 plus 1/2, and the rest of the terms are going to be whole numbers. So that makes sense that we would get something at 3/4 come out there. Something else to just note about this formula, I used the 1 minus r form of it. You could use the r minus 1 version. And all that would do would be, at this stage, I would have 128 minus 1, so I'd get positive 127 on the top. But on the bottom, I would have gotten 2 take away 1 here, so I would have positive 1. So the only difference is it's going to mean that these two signs will come out as positives instead of negatives, and you won't have to worry about that at that stage. But the answer would still be the same. So that's how we find the sum to a given number of terms of a geometric progression.